All right, so we're live on the Minding Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Champ Ron. The Minding Your Business podcast is brought to you every Friday afternoon when we have new episodes by Brooks Brothers Consulting. Listen, my brother and I, Philip, we started Brooks Brothers Consulting in June of 2013. We are a lending consulting company. We work with individuals and small business owners to connect them with alternative financing solutions. So whether that's for your business, whether that's personal, and you need the financing to take your business or yourself to the next level. We're not sellers of debt. What we do is we like to work with you on how to acquire the financing to get the assets that then produce the income that allow you to do the things that you want to do for your family, for yourself, for your community. So you need to get with us. We're helping with income shifting. We're helping people find new ways to earn income, whether it's yourself or it's for your business. So if you're interested in getting a raise on your job, if you haven't had a raise in some time and you're waiting on the boss keep lying and saying he or she working on it and it's been months and months and years, or they talk about they've frozen this and frozen that. Listen, you don't have to wait for that. Don't wait on your boss. Let me come. I can help you get an immediate increase on your job and that sort of thing. And then also with income shifting, to be able to help shift your income in the right direction so that it's of value to you. And so it's not just all about money, but it's about leveraging money to create options for you and your family and your community. So get with me, www.brooksbrothersconsulting.com. That's brooksbrothersconsulting.com. Give us a call, text, inbox, whatever it is, 901-808-3801, 901-808-3801. You need to get with us and put you on the team. We've been able to help people. I mentioned earlier before I launched the podcast, this episode, that we were able to help a brother today that's in the trucking business. Not only were we able to get him the financing we need, but we uncovered a revenue source for him in eastern Arkansas, that five-figure revenue source that he's pounced all over. And we're very excited about that. So listen, this is episode 54. I'm going to introduce our special guest here, but first we go crank up this music.
What we do here is go back.
And it really does. It means a lot to me to have you be a part of this particular podcast. And so with no delay, let's do this. Share with me and the audience a little bit about who Gabe Hymes is.
Well, I'm a Memphis-born young man. I'm 27. I went to Memphis Academy of Science and Engineering High School. I was a part of the first graduating class in '09. Shout out to Tommy Henderson and the rest of the staff up there for grooming a lot of us to be prepared for the real world. So I definitely appreciate that. I'm just someone, man, that really loves and has a lot of passion for the city of Memphis. I think that Memphis doesn't really get the shine and appreciation that it really deserves over the years for so many things that they inspired musically, through the arts and everything like that. So I just want to bring a different level of greatness to Memphis and showcasing all of the talent and potential that we have here with a lot of the youth, a lot of the kids, and then some of our adults as well. I don't think that they get the proper respect and attention they need and deserve. So.
Yeah, definitely. And you hit on a couple interesting points there, Gabe, man. So tell us about what your thoughts are on why those people maybe don't get that type of attention or that type of shine, whether that's here in Memphis or with some of your other travels. Why is that?
Well, I think that Memphis, first off, gets the bad stigmatism that is like just riddled with crime. Mm-hmm. We had the TV show a couple of years ago, First 48, and I remember when I graduated in '09 and went off to TSU, shout out Tennessee State University.
Yeah, TSU, them Tigers.
I remember going there, and a lot of that, unfortunately, they were talking about which city had more crime, and it blew my mind. It was Memphis and Birmingham that they were talking about which one had more crime. And the thing that blew my mind about it was just the context of the conversation. Yeah, like you would think they were talking about who's a better player, like Kobe or Jordan, within the way that they were talking about it. Yeah. So I just think that in order to change that stigmatism about Memphis, then we have to bring more light to the greater parts of the city. Yeah. And also the great things that we have going on here. Memphis has been going through a very dynamic change in the last couple of years, and I remember telling somebody about 3 to 4 years ago that you're going to see Memphis in a different light in about 5 to 10 years. Okay. And it's definitely been doing that. I mean, look at where we are right now. We're at Green Goddess Vegan Gourmet Popcorn and Tea Lounge on Summer in Binghamton. And you see the development over here in the Binghamton area really come down from Midtown on down this way. Yeah. And there are a lot of great things that are going on. They're renovating different houses and stuff like that, and they're making the community pop more. So I also believe in order for us to change that stigmatism that we have to increase and put more focus on education here. Yeah. Which is one of the things I'm very, very passionate about, and starting with the youth. And I think that re-educating our adults can help change perspective, giving them more exposure. One of the things that my mom, Sharika Hymes,
shout out to Sharika,
that she taught me is that exposure gives you opportunities. Yes. And gives you a different perspective. And that is very, very important. If I'm somebody that's well traveled and I go around the world and go to different cities, and I'm able to see what these different cities are like and able to see what these different people that live in these cities are like, then when I come back home and I see the dynamic between there and here, it gives me an opportunity to add more to my city. And I just think that if we put more focus on education and try to expose these people to different things, we'll start to see a cultural change in Memphis.
Yeah, so definitely. So, Gabe, a lot of millennials, I go back to when I was coming out of school and even for yourself. And I went and I lived some time in other cities and things like that. So why Memphis? You know, there's a lot of millennials, they grow up here in Memphis. And you know what happens, man. They leave.
Shoot out.
A lot of them some of them come back anyway. But then some leave and they don't come back. And you know, there are other cities that have different platforms and they're set up different and there's a different environment. So what draws you back to Memphis where, when you're young and you're kind of coming up, you can live anywhere you want. So why Memphis?
I think it's just the feel of Memphis. You know, that pride that I'm a Memphian.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a lot different from people that say I'm a New Yorkan or I'm a Chicagoan or, you know, everything like that. I think just Memphis just has that soul.
Yeah.
You know, it just has that soul and just that feel that makes you feel at home, that gives you a different feeling from these other spots.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm from Fraser, you know.
Fraser.
And something interesting about that is I lived with my grandparents and they stayed a house down from Project Pack. So I was in the same neighborhood as Project Pack.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Pat, Mr. Don't Play.
And Juicy J. So I got to meet them early on when I was younger through my uncle. And I just remember, like I always remember whenever I see these guys on TV or on the radio or whatever, like I met them.
Right,
you know?
right.
And there's just a different avenue. They got it through rap. You know, you have a lot of different people here in Memphis that have contributed to either the music industry, through the movie industry, and just different avenues. And I just believe that Memphis is a whole lot greater than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me want to stay here. Is that like I'm so hyped and passionate about bringing more awareness to Memphis and making Memphis one of the most recognizable and notable cities in the world. So.
Yeah, dig that. And our guest today is Gabe Hymes. We're going to get into his brand here in a little bit, but Gabe Hymes, we're here at Green Goddess Popcorn and Tea Lounge here at 3078 Summer Avenue here in Binghamton, as he mentioned, man, here showing love and support here. So, you know, I lived in some other areas before, man. I've lived on the East Coast, lived on the West Coast, Seattle, D.C., and like you said, man, they all had their advantages, right? Right. Most definitely. But there was nothing like Memphis, man. And I get frustrated sometimes with Memphis and how things go, but I've always said like this, Gabe, you know, anywhere that you go, you know, you got to come with the right mentality.
Right.
You know, if you take a poor mentality, no matter where you're going on this earth, if you take a poor mentality, you're going to have the same results. As a matter of fact, Memphis is one of the best places in terms of location, weather, cost of living. You've got great people that live here. There's challenges, but I tell you, when I was in the DMV or when I was in Seattle, they had challenges too.
Exactly.
They might be, so what a challenge might be here in Memphis, you might have two challenges in Seattle that you didn't have here.
Right.
Same in DC. You might have an advantage over here, but then you get to the DC, now you got 3 or 4 different challenges that you didn't have here in Memphis, and maybe some vice versa. There's some give and take, man. But I've always been bullish on Memphis because I always said this: Memphis is really about. There's about 2 things. I'm not gonna go over to them right now, but there's about 2 things that really get Memphis going. One of them being, of course, mass transit. You ever get mass transit popping here? Look out.
Right.
Yeah, look out for this area. But let's get into with your brand, man. So tell us a little bit about, what you're doing, your brand that you're putting together, man, because I found it, just extremely interesting, man, and I think that others will as well, man. So share with us.
So the name of my business is called Universal One Brand.
Okay.
At first, and it's funny how it got started.
Okay, yeah. When
I originally was thinking about opening a business, I'm a certified personal trainer at Get Fit 52 on 5830 Mount Moriah. Shout out to retired Master Chief Dean Harris.
Okay.
And so I'm training up there. And months ago, I'm in school for massage therapy currently. And what made me want to get into massage therapy was just the combination of combining that with personal training.
Okay.
And just kind of working on the physical body and then working on the internal body. Massage therapy is very energy based.
Yeah.
Because we're sharing our energy with you and also relieving you of the negative energy that you have through the motions of moving around your muscles and different things of that nature. So at first, my plan was just to open a personal training massage therapy studio.
Okay.
And I just kind of went through some things in the past year where that kind of changed for me. I have no shame in sharing that just last year I went through suicide twice.
So when you say suicide, you talk about suicide attempt.
Right.
Okay, because you're still here, so I know.
Right.
I say you commit suicide twice. You attempted.
Right.
Right.
And so I found out later in November when I was admitted to the hospital that I had been dealing with type 2 bipolar disorder.
Okay.
That had went untreated for a number of years. And I had a lot of struggles throughout the years that really made it hard for me to adapt to any situation.
Yeah.
I went through a lot of jobs, went through a lot of ideas of what I wanted to do and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I just really hit rock bottom.
Okay.
And I'm more appreciative of it now because I was able to really come to a realization of who I am and my purpose here.
Yeah.
And so it went from personal training and massage therapy to this Universal One. So within Universal One, as the umbrella company, you have different subsidiaries under it. With One Mind, we'll be hosting events that help express the mind through the different arts, through spoken word, open mic, and dance. Also, you have with One Mind. Also, we'll be doing therapy.
Okay.
So that I feel like that's really, really important to our society. That we're one of the highest nations, if not the highest nation, with depression in the world, and that's because of the society that we live in, with very, very high expectations and short turnaround windows to have those things accomplished.
Yeah.
And just the different values and stuff like that we put values on that really causes us to be in a state of despair constantly. And so I wanted to offer therapy within my company so that people have an avenue to talk about what they're feeling,
right,
and to recognize what they're feeling so that they're able to better manage it. You have a lot of people out here that don't have health insurance, or they have this bad stigmatism on therapy.
Okay.
I'm able to say that therapy saved my life. I'm able to sit here today with you and be able to be a part of this podcast because I went to therapy.
Yeah.
So that's just something that I felt like was very, very important to have out here within the city of Memphis.
Definitely.
With One Body, that is our fitness training. So that's personal training, sports coaching, and also group fitness.
Okay.
We're also going to do kickboxing and self-defense because I feel like that you earn a different level of discipline when you're learning self-defense and true self-defense. So
sure. Right.
I've been a martial artist since I was 9. I started off in Taekwondo, and for the past 6 or so years I've been practicing Kung Fu.
Okay.
And so shout out to Sifu Kevin Miller at Bei Shaolin Kung Fu Institute on summer. But I wanted to include that in One Body because you have to take care of your body physically.
Right.
So with One Mind, we help and take care of your mind, obviously. With One Body, we help taking care of your body. And my owner at Get Fit 52 is 59.
Okay.
And looks in tremendous shape.
Oh, okay.
And so what we learn about in personal training and also massage therapy is that the body and mind are connected. So when you take care of your body, then it works in conjunction with your mind, and so your immune system is strengthened.
Right.
So what you'll notice is a lot of people that are sickly is you have to watch how they're taking care of their body. Now, of course, there can be a multitude of different things that are going on with them.
Right.
But if we're just talking on a general sense, what are they doing to stay active? For people that have arthritis, what the doctors normally recommend is that you stay active, that you keep those joints moving and stuff like that.
Right.
So, just all of those different things that we really wanted to focus on in one body. In one soul, you'll be having massage therapy and yoga and a lot of different energy works.
Yeah.
So it's just really the main theme of the company is staying centered and staying balanced.
Yeah.
The slogan is all is one. So one mind, one body, one soul, all is one. And just making sure that you're always centered and always balanced at all times.
Yeah, and that's so critical, man, with what you said. And going back to your personal experience, and then I want to ask you, as you were, what was it that allowed you to keep going? I know you said you went through therapy and things like that, and now you've devoted that to your lifelong dream within this business to give that back to others. And as my sister said here on the Facebook Live, Jennifer Beach, she said, bringing attention to a much-needed issue of mental illness, especially in the Black community. And Queen Lynette here on Facebook. Shout out to Queen Lynette. Definitely a wealth of information along with Jennifer Beach. Nothing like Memphis. So Queen, you're definitely right. And Jennifer brings up a point in terms of that's always been talked about is in the particularly in the Black community. Mental health has been brought up, it's been debated, and you're kind of a living testimony, so to speak, of overcoming that. But take us back to that day when, what allowed you to overcome, as you're young and, you're going through this, what allowed you to break free and continue to, create a platform so that others can be able to achieve and progress?
Well, my situation was very unique in the fact that most people think that when you're going through depression or you're in that state of you're at the end of the line of wanting to commit suicide, that you don't have a support system, that you don't have anybody that love you. That's true in some cases.
Yeah.
But in my particular case, I have a very, very strong support system. I have people that love me. I have people that had my back that would ride me and everything like that. But I internally felt alone.
Okay.
I really didn't feel like I deserved them. I didn't really feel like I deserved the chances that I had or the opportunity that I had because I was always messing them up. And that I couldn't really stay consistent. Now, of course, I eventually ended up finding out that I was dealing with a disorder that was going untreated, and I wasn't really able to stay consistent because it wasn't treated.
Right.
But really what kept me going before I found out that is that my family reached out to me.
Okay.
And I internally was always reminded that if I do this, then I will miss out on so many things. I will miss out on my little cousins growing up. I would miss out on giving my grandparents the opportunity to see me graduate from massage therapy. I would miss out on seeing my mom business take off. So shout out to Polished Consulting.
Right.
But I would miss out on a lot of different things, and I didn't want to think about them dealing with that hurt.
Yeah.
So but like you said, I was able to come back from it and see the importance of I need to be here.
Yeah.
And I need to use my platform, build a platform and use that to open a gateway for those that don't have a voice, or for those that feel like they're alone, for those that actually don't have a support system, or for those that were in a similar situation to me or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to reach out my hand to let these people know that there is much greater out here for them, and that we're all in this together, and that we can stand up and succeed. Success isn't just money or status or anything like that. Success is you being in love with yourself, you feeling whole with yourself, and that gives you an opportunity to live a great life. Yeah,
definitely. And again, y'all, for those that are listening on the podcast, my guest is Gabe Hymes, Universal One Brand. We're here at 3078 Summer Avenue, which is Green Goddess Popcorn and Tea Lounge. Definitely here supporting, and it's great hearing the story from my guy. We didn't even get this deep when we were talking the other day, man. So man, it's great that I appreciate your transparency, brother, and sharing that. And I know that helps others be able to, not just those that are going through it, but like you say, family and things like that may be around people, but they may not know how to support or how to really engage. And so, I think you really just shared and helped some people definitely with that, man. So how can people get in touch with you, Gabe, if they're interested in, being a part of your brand, or they're needing help, they're interested in physical fitness and things like that? How can they get in touch with you?
Oh, well, you can reach me at 901-443-3690. You can also reach me at info@universalOneBrand.com. Again, that's info@universalOneBrand.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Gabe Hymes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just reach out to me, let me know what you want to do, and I'll do my best to help you and assist you in a way that I can.
Yeah, look like you get your gains up, boy. Hey, shout out to Sensei Will Jack, man. What's up, boy? Long time, man. Getting them that lift in with them gains. Yep. And we two bros that live here, Sensei. My guy Will Jackson, man. What's up? Yeah, we both lift, brother. So it ain't no problem. What up, L Mac? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Appreciate you jumping on, man. Here with my guy Gabe. And so, people are able to get in touch with you, man. You talked about mind, you talked about body, you talked about soul. So what's next, man? I know you got some clothing.
Yeah. I got some
clothing
apparel.
items coming out, man.
I got
What's
some
up?
apparel that I'm working on currently right now, and I don't want it to be just fitness based.
Right.
So my goal with that is just to provide a different avenue. Kind of put Memphis on the map. That's always been my goal.
Yeah.
And it's something that I want to provide jobs here. So later on we open up a manufacturing company. I want it to be headquartered here to provide jobs for my fellow Memphians. So
there you go, definitely. And so looking to do that and kind of hire, within the city. And so Speaking of that, with bringing people into your organization, man, what would you say? We talked earlier about yourself investing in Memphis. What would you say to other millennials kind of in your generation that they may feel a little down about Memphis, or they may not feel Memphis has the platform for them to be successful? What would you say to encourage those kids?
You make whatever you want wherever you go.
Yeah.
I mean, just simply plain, Of course, you have people tell me like there's more opportunities in different cities.
Yeah.
But even with that, it's still on you to make it happen.
Right.
So I understand the different industries and stuff like that. There may be more opportunities. Matter of fact, I have a friend that was in theater here.
Yeah.
But she really just didn't feel like there were enough opportunities to get into acting here in Memphis, so she ended up going to a different city.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if those opportunities aren't here, what can we do, those people in that industry, what can we do to really increase that here in Memphis? So I'm always, my mom has always taught me to be solution oriented.
Yeah.
So whenever you have a problem or issue or whatever, to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
What is the calculation? What is the equation so that we can solve this?
Right.
And that's how I look at any issue, and that's what I look at in Memphis. That's what drives me is, all right, cool. I know that there are a lot of things that we don't have in Memphis. I know you talked about mass transportation, and I was just talking to you about the other day how I want to make Memphis. I know this sounds cliche, and just because the movie just came out, I want to make Memphis a mini Wakanda. I want Memphis to be one of, if not the most technological advanced cities in the world, and also very nature based.
And that sounds funny to people, but if you think about it, the distribution hubs and you think about how innovative many companies that are here, of course you hear about FedEx and AutoZone and International Paper, but there is innovative opportunity here, and there's a base platform, and that's why I'm bullish on it, to be honest with you, because if we can tap into that in some kind of way, man, the way Memphis sits geographically, the cost of living, the availability of land, and there's some areas that have to be shored up, man. But I agree with you. There's an opportunity to infuse higher levels of technological innovation. And I'm always one like this, Gabe. You got to have technological innovation united with the human touch.
Right.
And like you mentioned about mind, body, and soul, when you can connect that with the technology innovations to make kind of more routine, mundane type of processes streamlined, and cost effective, so that you can spend time in relationship building and development of people. And when you can do that, that's a tide that raises all boats, man. So I definitely agree with you there. Yep, so definitely. So anything else you want to share with the audience, man? I know we talked about a lot in a fast period of time, man. So what else you want to share?
Well, one of the other things that I'm going to be working on is one community.
Okay.
And that's building better community relations between neighbors and building understanding and unity. We were talking about the other day that your environment reflects how you feel about yourself.
Right.
In any area, whether it be your car, your house, or the area around your house, or just your area, period. That one of the things that me and Master Chief do at Get Fit 52 is that every morning we clean up in front of the building and around the building, like little trash and stuff that you see. One thing that irks me is driving around seeing trash on the ground.
Right.
One, besides it being pollution, the thing is they're garbage cans.
Right.
Why can't you just throw it away?
Yeah, we have garbage facilities in the city. Right.
And then it speaks to where are you in your mind to be like, hey, I'm just gonna throw this on the ground.
Right.
And to say, oh, somebody else gonna pick it up. So we have two issues. You have a trash mentality, and I don't mean like you're a trash person. I mean you literally have a trash mentality.
Right.
And also you not accountable.
Yeah, you're not accountable, and you don't respect your environment. You don't understand its importance, and so if you don't understand its importance, then you're not going to respect it. And if you don't respect it, you'll treat it any kind of way.
Right.
And when you don't own it, you'll treat it any kind of way.
And so with one community, I'm definitely looking to improve communal relations between neighbors so that we can lessen the opportunities for hostility, between people. And also just doing more community work of taking care of our area, cleaning up our area. I definitely look forward to the process of renovating houses within Memphis, and I don't mean in select areas. I mean just period around Memphis to make our houses more energy efficient, to make them more beautiful, the landscaping around them more beautiful, because I feel like everybody deserves that. I believe that you just can't do that to one area around the city.
Right.
And so that's one of my goals and dreams for one community, and then all one love. It's just helping people better understand their environment so they know how to take care of it. Doing some agricultural work, and then also working with different wild parks so that people are more familiar with the greenery and the species that they share the environment with. So working with some animal clinics and working with some animal shelters so people learn about the animals and learn how to take care of them so that we don't have stray cats and stray dogs walking around the city and stuff like that. So just some other things that, some things I plan on working on and in the process of working on. And another thing that I encourage people to do is whatever outlook or perspective that you have negatively, figure out how you can transfer that energy into positive.
Right.
Because you'll spend more energy on negativity than you will on positive.
Very true.
And understand also that life is balanced. So don't always feel like you have to be optimistic and just ignore the negative in your life. That's not going to work either. You have to be balanced and know that some things are not always going to work out in your way. You're going to have some negativity in your life. Think of the weather in this way. You're going to have sunny days and you're also going to have storms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if nature works like that, what makes you think that your life won't work the same? So just remember that the universe is always balanced. It's the yin and yang. And just to you yourself stay balanced. And to weather the storm and keep yourself centered and balanced. And you'll always hear that with me, is stay centered and stay balanced, because it's key.
It is.
And you have to remember that you'll have light and you'll have darkness. They both can't live without the other, and they need each other.
Yeah.
Like you have to go through darkness in order to better appreciate the light, and with the light you better understand darkness. So That's just it, man.
That's it, man. Hey, that's great stuff, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
Gabe Hymes is the guest, man. Universal One brand. Share with them one more time your email and phone number in case they need to get in touch with you.
You can reach me at 901-443-3690. Again, that's 901-443-3690. You can also email me at info@universalOneBrand.com. And you can check out the website at universalOneBrand.com. So.
Yeah, definitely, man. Gabe, thank you again, brother, man. I appreciate again your transparency. Glad that you're here. Glad that you were able to get the help. And I'm glad that you're been able to be a help for others, man. So you're able to turn that around. That's a great inspiration for us all, man. Champ Ron, the Minding Your Business podcast. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to Lawrence Thompson. What up, bro? I see you on the Facebook Live, man. I know you about to get some things cranking back up after serving this country, continuing to serve this country, man. Thank you so much. Miss Holmes, shout out to you. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you, all of you on the podcast. Have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Be the very best you that you could ever be, because you're the only you that's ever going to exist, man. Champ Ron, the Minding Your Business podcast.
What we do here is go back.
Oh,